It's currently winter in the UK. It's dark at 4 pm, it's wet and windy, although we've caught a nice break today, but these aren't ideal conditions when you're thinking about solar energy. This is less than ideal. But solar power's been around for much longer than you might think. The first panels were installed in the late 19th century, and in 2 centuries we've come a very long way. They were very expensive and inefficient, but now they're far better and much, much cheaper. So what can solar power do for you?
I think people have got to realise that this is the way of the future. That we do need to start producing our own energy. So solar panels will become, I would hope, something we see more and more of. I've always had the environment close to my heart.
This is John, a member of Climate Action Ilkley who has recently invested into solar panels.
I thought we're at the right time in our lives we're in a house that I think we're going to be in for many years. And I always thought that was, the criteria of spending money on something like solar panels, where in my mind that it's going to take quite a long time to get your money back through savings of electricity. And I knew about feed-in tariffs. I knew that they didn't exist. They were taken away some time ago, and the replacement of those is not nearly as good. And I thought, well, there is some payback. It might be a bit longer, but we're going to be in this house for at least 10 years. And if the payback's less than that, that's all good. It's not all about money. It was mainly environmental reasons. So we have been thinking about it a while now.
On average, the UK receives more than 133 days of rainfall per year. That's a lot of rain, and on days like these you can understand the apprehension to invest in solar power. But Europe's biggest producer of solar energy isn't who you think it is. It's not southern France, Spain, or even Portugal, but Germany, at peak times, makes up 40% of all its energy through solar power. Now, between 2014 and 2019, the UK's got a lot better at this. We've doubled our total capacity for solar power, and we rank third of all EU states in total net capacity. In layman terms, we're a lot better at solar power than you might have thought.
So I'm certainly way off being off the grid. So I still require to buy energy, and particularly as we go through the autumn and winter months. And in the summer, the energy company I buy energy off will actually buy back any surplus energy that I create. It was one of the easiest things I've ever gone through. I did have nightmares the night before, thinking, right, I know they're going to be here all day. I was trying to work as well at the same time, working from home, but and I thought I'd be spending the whole time hovering around them. Don't drill there, don't hit that, don't break that. They were absolutely brilliant. I hardly had to say anything or be anywhere near them. They got on with it, built a kind of platform to work off at height, got it in there. He asked me a couple of questions. We talked about whether the inverter might be. It was so straightforward. I could not believe. I think they came in the latter part of the day. They did 2 hours. They put a bit of a framework up, and the next day, I think they came and literally switched it all on. It was probably no more than 3 hours at my property, and clean, tidy. They weren't trying to bamboozle me with technical knowledge. They understood my understanding, and it was really, you set me up with my my app on my phone, so I can track my my energy generation. I couldn't. It was faultless. I couldn't find fault at all.
The government has already invested heavily in wind power and bioenergy, and that's why it's up to us to invest into solar energy. That's why we here at Climate Action Ilkley have teamed up with Lead Solar to ensure the best price for you for a cleaner and greener future.
And I always had it in my mind of Ilkley coming off the grid, being sustainable. And there's several towns in the UK that I'd read about over the few years that have become what's known as transition towns. And I thought, wouldn't it be great? It would be great. And I've read, bits. There's definitely a vision within Climate Action Ilkley of going down this road of certainly reducing the carbon footprint, but really being much more sustainable as a town. You should do it. You should definitely do it, and you really are making a difference.